So, what's been happening this week? Started last week. Those who don't know what happened in this country, an immigrant's child, he is a British child, born and bred with Randy's parents. Alright? He went and stabbed children in a place. 3 kids died, others were injured. From the look of things, he had a mental illness or mental health breakdown. Okay? Now, well, he was then, what happened is now, what was happened started as protests. People showing, I don't know what actually they were protesting about, but the right protest was supposed to be about mental illness. Yeah. Who in their right mind can come and stab people? If you see his clips, that young man was actually on BBC, some drama thing in BBC. He had a thing going for him. His mental health. Yeah? Another one that done that in the history was it a Somali man? Yeah, Somali man once, a couple of years ago, was it 3-4 years ago, came from London, went to Essex on the train, got out a knife and stabbed an MP. Are you going to tell me that this is not mental health? First of all, that's no wonder I've been doing videos about mental health. If you haven't seen my last video, go and check what happens with your brain work. If you're not minding your brain work, all those things are related. I have a video about techniques to improve brain power. But it's the same things to be ignored that will take your brain away to bring mental health to what? Decline and disease. In my view, that child had mental health illness. Alright? It's now come out to be racism. The protests are saying, why these people coming in our country, give us our country back. Everyone has said all the points already, and that's why I've been avoiding this topic for a while, but I think it's one of those that you can't avoid. Yeah, I have to back my opinion on it. Racism has come out as deep-rooted. So people brought the problems that they already had about us, yeah, and they've turned it to be, this is now like a racism thing going on. Alright? The problems that people had already with people looking like me and like that young man and his parents has now come out to show itself in protests, in attacks. They have banned immigrants' cars, they have come to places and scared people around about their safety. Those immigrants, basically. Brown people, black people. Alright? Being done by white protesters. Actually, this country, from the time I came to this country, over 20 years ago, has never declined to the level that it has reached recent times. Never. This is the lowest we've ever gone. As per racial equality and respect, this is the lowest we've ever been in Britain. Colored people, black people, brown people, some people have actually stayed at home this week. They're on their own lockdown, they're not coming out. 2 days ago, or I think yesterday or the other day, black people in South London, they now come up with a counter protest. They stood some places and said, if you want something, come to the zone. Come, let's check it out. Nobody turned up. What we've noticed is, as well, they're doing it in areas where there are not any numbers. Now, you don't want to ask many times, yeah? Say someone asks you, where do you live? This happened to me actually recently, before all of this, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. Someone asked me, where do you live? And I told them where I live, somewhere in North London. The impression they gave me, this person was of another race, was like the place is rough. All right? Rough. Now, do you really want to ask me anymore why people stick together? Yeah? Do you also have, why I think the person said it is rough because there's many of us there. Many of the blacks and the Africans, the Caribbeans have been trying to say to us, Caribbeans, Africans, Black Americans, Brazilians who are dark-skinned, anyone, Asian people who are dark-skinned, there is no difference in the face of the racist, in the eyes of the racist. We are the same. Funny thing is, we are the weakest when it comes to that. So much rivalry in between us. Yeah? Where you come from? Are you Jamaican? Are you Ghanaian? Are you Ugandan? Are you Nigerian? Are you from Guyana or St. Kitts? Right? Or are you from Brazil? There is a lot in between the dark-skinned lot. So much rivalry in there. People keep on saying it's the history, how they treated us. Slavery. But I think there is the truth about it. When there was slavery, I had a clip that I done maybe last year. I took it off. Some of the things that had so much of tension, I take them off my channel. I don't want anger producing content normally. Sometimes I'll be angry, I'll do something, put it on, and the next day I'll take it off. I don't want something that creates anger constantly. No wonder I'm also talking about forgiveness. You hurt your own self if you keep on angry at someone and not forgive them. You're suffering and they're the ones laughing. You do nothing to them by being angry and trying to get revenge and just stay angry. It's hard. You want peace, you forgive. Very difficult, but you forgive. You want your enemy to be unhappy, forgive them very quickly. You see just that they are not happy. Anyway, the issue about clustering, now I think that we've been reminded very, very properly why black people, Africans, Asians, minorities, foreigners, people who come from elsewhere, why they cluster. Clustering, I mean living closely together in the same area. If I was new in this country and one of my friends told me they live somewhere, yeah, in Lewisham, then I say, I'd want to come to Lewisham because I know he's there and other people like friends, his men and all of that. No need here in Britain to ask anyone or to be surprised why people are making these so-called ghettos. Yeah, celebrate them now. No need, because why? This has been a shock. Nobody would have ever thought people would come right now and talk about racism. This is just mental health. First of all, mental health issues. Yeah, people are so ashamed when you say mental health. Every time I put mental health on a video, people avoid it because not me. My brain's fine, not me. Hey, mental health might mean you're always angry. Yeah? Something's keeping you upset. That's affecting your mental health. But you'd rather call it what? You'd rather call it what? We need to stop getting so worried about the word mental health. Mental health means just the health of your mind and your head. We are supposed to check out what went wrong around his home, his parents, his upbringing, his situation. Instead, what did we do? The black people need to go. Why are they coming for our jobs? This thing has been a shocker here in Britain, mate. Huge shocker, and we need to be ashamed of it. All of us here in Britain, all of us, we need to be ashamed of what's happened. How in this day and age, 2024, you're reminding us of bad stuff. That young man was ill. How come we've seen other people of other races commit bad crimes and nobody else comes out, you know? No one else comes protesting and accusing his race and making it look like it's everyone. Huge disappointment this time. This year is a dark year. Very dark year. What's happening? Very, very dark.